What's up, guys? Welcome back to more Road to Regionals, where I attempt to climb the online rankings and try to become a better competitive battler and commentator as I go along. Now, still not at 100% today. I would have to say I'm about like 80%. My voice is a lot better. The anti-biotics literally just kicked my ass last night, so apparently they're working now. But we're going to jump right on the specials ladder. We are 2-0 currently, 15-31 right now. We got kind of, I wouldn't call it lucky. Okay, I got lucky yesterday. I mean, I played pretty well in the second battle, and the guy actually took himself out with Life Orb on Rayquaza, and the Intimidate actually mattering. And speaking of Intimidate, he's going to have Intimidate support on his Landorus, and it looks like the only Mega that he's going to have on his team is Gengar. So, got Lando, Gengar, Groudon with the Infernape. Infernape's really interesting. I'm considering using Infernape. I really like Infernape, one of my favorite fire starters, barring, Blaziken and Charizard. He's also going to have the Thunders and, Xerneas. The Xern and the Groudon cores, it's typical. But I need to note right here that he's going to have Shadow Tag on the Gengar, but I could skill swap that away with my Cresselia, but I got to watch out for that. He's got double Genies. He doesn't have the Whimsicott, so I don't have to worry about Encore shenanigans with Disable. Now, let's see who I want to lead here, and then I could talk about Infernape for a second. I really like the Cresselia lead because if he leads with the Gengar, I could just skill swap the Shadow Tag away, potentially, trap him in, and then bring the Groudon in the back. Now, we're going to have Groudon mirror matches right here, so I think the Trick Room is going to be... I need to get the Trick Room up. He may lead, like, Gengar and Thundurus, trap me in with my Cresselia, and then, like, go for the Taunt and Cresselia. I do have Mental Herb, so I could go for a straight-up Trick Room. And then I could just bring Kangaskhan in the front, but I don't want to really bring Kangaskhan in the front if he's going to lead with the Gengar. So who can I lead with right here? Honestly, I can lead with Groudon, and I can lead Cresselia. And then I can bring Kangaskhan in the back. Do I really need Intimidate support? I really don't think I do. So I'm going to bring Palkia in the back as well. I don't necessarily like Moongus in this matchup, considering the fact he's got Infernape and he's got the Groudon. Infernape's really good because it can get off Flare Blitzes off in the sun. Infernape, like I was just saying, I really would like to use him because he's really interesting. He's like the firefighting type of Talonflame. Talonflame's obviously fire flying. He gets Quick Guard. Interestingly enough, he actually gets Roleplay, and you can actually roleplay the sun back onto your back into your advantage. He's gonna get Intimidated on my Landers. Doesn't really matter. I'm special, so right here I'm just gonna straight up go for a Protect and then Trick Room. There's no way he can stop me from doing that. Of course, he could go for a Taunt and then like a knockoff into the Cresselia. I mean, Cresselia should be able to eat that up, even if it is Choice Band Landorus. He can't knock off my my Groudon, and even if he taunts, honestly, I mean, the only way that he's gonna be able to taunt my Cresselia if it's a Scarfed Landorus, he knocks off my Cresselia, then he taunts with the Gengar. But honestly, I don't think it's gonna be Scarfed Landorus, so he'll attack after he gets the taunt off, so the Mental Herb will then be activated. So, it's something to consider. So right now, like I said, I'm going to go for Protect and then Trick Room. Let's see what he ends the opt for right here. Let's see whether or not he brings in his... he's just going to Mega Evolve, so I mean, that's fine. I mean, I could just go for an Eruption the following turn. Let's see if he protects, because that'd be interesting. That would be really interesting. Nope, he's not going to Protect, because I'm going to Protect first, and obviously Gengar's faster than my Groudon. Groudon's min speed. He's going to go for an Explosion! This should not take out my Cresselia. What is this man thinking? Obviously, my play is to go for a Protect and then Trick Room. Wow, that was, that's risky. That's really risky. Unless he goes for, I think he's going to go for a Shadow Ball into the, Cresselia. Yeah, he's going to go for a Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, I'm not Citrus Berry, so this might take me out. Ooh, I live with 2 HP! My sassy ass nature is coming through right here. We're probably going to see Thunders come in right here and swagger my, I'm just straight up going for a Helping Hand Explosion right here. No, it's gonna be Infernape. Okay, so not bad, not bad. I honestly, Infernape's probably gonna fake out my Groudon, so we're probably gonna see a fake out on a Groudon. Yeah, we're probably gonna see a fake out on a Groudon. I really don't want to risk like a double Protect, and obviously that's I don't want to do that too early on, so I'm going to just go for the, Eruption in case he screws up or just goes for an attack or fakes out my Cresselia just to get rid of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, should I Skill Swap or should I just break the Sash of the Infernape? I think breaking the sash and the Infernape is probably the best option because I don't think the Gengar is not going to protect. So I'm going to go ahead and... Should I skill swap the Gengar? Yeah, let's go ahead and skill swap the Gengar to get rid of its Shadow Tag. I was going to fake out probably the Groudon. Yeah, I mean, that was as expected, but I'm pretty bulky. May go for the Shadow Ball onto the Groudon. That's probably his best play right now. And it is Life Orb, so not worrying about the sash right there. Not going for the Ice Beam probably, is definitely the better play. Get rid of the Shadow Tag shenanigans so I can, switch out in the future. Oh, man. One thing I did do, though, is I gave him Levitate. I definitely could have went for the double protect, but, that really wasn't my play. He's probably going to protect Gengar now. Okay, so my Cresselia still in the field, so I have Shadow Tag, so he actually can bring out Gengar if he wants, but I don't necessarily know he wants to do that because he does have Levitate now. I kind of helped him out with that. I could have honestly just went for Levitate onto my Groudon. I did not think that through. I honestly did not think that through. The Shadow Tag really wasn't that big of a deal. I should have skill swapped my Groudon right there. Yeah, I definitely should have skill swapped my Groudon so I can have immunity to his Groudon, which he most likely has in the back. Definitely that wasn't a good play. Now he has no priority, or at least he shouldn't, so I'm gonna go for oh no, what am I doing? Come on. The 45-second timer is really screwing with me. Yeah, he's probably like, what is this dude doing? Oh my god. This is really not good at all. I think I went for an Eruption. Did I go for an Eruption? Yeah, I went for an Eruption. That's not good at all. Groudon's probably going down right here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go for... I'm not used to the, yeah, Infernape shouldn't be there anymore. Oh, I do live it, though, so that's pretty cool. But the Gengar probably went for a Shadow Ball into the Groudon. And Shadow Ball probably into the Groudon, because Cresselia really isn't doing anything, yeah. I should have gotten a Earth Power off into the Infernape. I'm not paying attention too much of the 45-second timer now because it's so new to me. I'm not used to it on Battle Spot. So who could I bring in right here? I could bring in Kangaskhan, fake out Pressure. I could fake out the Infernape. He also could switch out the Infernape, bring in his Groudon. That's definitely a thing. And I could just go for a Double Edge into the Infernape in case he does switch into his Groudon. Kind of what I want to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for like a Double Edge. I'm going to go for a... Because the Trick Room's still up, it should be up for one more turn after this. So I'm going to go for a Helping Hand. I really think the Infernape's going to... switch out right here. And the Gengar's going to protect. Because, I mean, obviously, he's got to fear the Scrappy. So I'm going to go for... Should I even Mega Evolve, though? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. The Infernape shouldn't even be there in the first place, which is kind of unfortunate. And then I'm gonna go for a Helping Hand. I don't think Infernape's gonna have Protect. It's gonna withdraw, so I anticipated the withdrawal so he can have Fake Out Pressure later on. The Groudon is gonna come in, so this is gonna be a full-powered Helping Hand Double Edge into the Groudon. And if it's not a really bulky Groudon, which I don't anticipate it to be because he really doesn't have any Trick Room support on his team, he's not going to take this very well, so, I mean, the Eruptions at least won't be doing too much. And then I'll have to probably opt for, like, I don't know, Precipice Blades. It depends on what kind of Groudon this is. And so, I mean, he goes for Primal... he just Primals first, so I'm not even going to try to say Primal Reversion every single time. Then I'm going to Mega Evolve, and then this is going to be a really hard-hitting Double Edge. Obviously, I'm going to attack before the Gengar because the Trick Room is still up. So I don't really have to worry about the Gengar. The Gengar probably went for a Sludge Bomb into my Kangaskhan. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, that does a lot. Let's see if it takes it out. It does not. Alright, but I can go for a Sucker Punch into the Groudon. But then yet again, he could probably just, And he goes for... Okay. And he gets the poison. Yeah, this is really hacks-ridden right here. It's definitely still not over yet. If I didn't get poisoned right there, I probably would have won the game. Because then I could just Sucker Punch the Gengar. I mean, worst comes to worst, he could double protect right there. The Trick Room didn't expire, so I kind of... he could double protect, but does he really want to do that? I think Groudon's going to protect because this is the last turn of Trick Room. I could just double Trick Room right here. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I think that's the best chance of me winning. Let's see if he double protects. Because this is the last turn. No, Groudon's going to protect. Let's see if the Gengar protects. Because Gengar's going to protect after the Groudon, considering the fact that it is. Yeah, I'm going to double Trick Room. So the Trick Room's going to go back up right here. So Cress is going to go for Trick Room, and then Palky's going to go for Trick Room, and then Trick Room's going to be up for another 4 turns. And this is a technique that obviously, I mean, you know, I watched the Brooklyn PC pretty close, so I've seen Iron Zhang do this, and you know, it was a really great play. Something I never really considered when you have 2 Trick Roomers on the field, but that's something that happens, and you double protect, and you know, it's something you really have to worry about. Now, really, what I would like to do is go for an Earth Power into the Gengar. Gengar is just really annoying, and then Ice Beam the Groudon, and he could switch out the Groudon into the Infernape. Not really worried about that too much, so I'm gonna go Earth Power the Gengar, and then because if he switches out the Gengar into the Infernape, I take the Infernape out, and you know, vice versa. I'm gonna take. Okay, so he's not gonna like try to double protect or anything like that. I'm gonna knock out the Groudon, and then I should knock out the Gengar. 100% chance to knock out the Gengar right here, and it's really good that I'm gonna have 2 Pokemon on the field now under the Trick Room, because Infernape's gonna have to fake out one of the Pokemon. Most likely will be Palkia, considering the fact that it is the most offensive Pokemon on the field right now. So if he does that, that's fine. I'm still gonna have 2 Pokemon on the field next turn, and then I'll attack before him, and he doesn't have Protect. So I mean, really, I shouldn't lose this one whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know whether or not I should double. Should I double attack? Yeah. I mean, just why not? I mean, potential freeze chance. He's gonna go probably into the Palkia. No, into the Cresselia. That's good game right there. The only chance he really had of winning the game is if he went for probably fearing maybe the Psychic, but not many Cresselias have Psychic nowadays. Usually the Ice Beams for, you know, Rayquaza support, you know, Flying support, as well as Lander support. Excuse me. There's not many Amoonguses running around, so you don't really have to worry about having a Psychic on your Cresselia. So we're going to win the first game right there. I didn't really play optimally right there. I did pull a good double Trick Room, which basically sealed the deal for me at the end there. I'm going to save that battle because that was pretty cool. You know, double Trick Room's really, really good. And I think bringing the Palkia in the back and then him not taking out the Cresselia really did help me win that game right there. Yeah, double Trick Room. That was really awesome. Don't know whether or not, you know, I would have to say that Moongus definitely has a merit on this team. Obviously, you know, you would bring it for I guess the Zern, you know, Kyogre cores, which I was actually running early on in the season on Showdown, and but usually you see a lot of Groudons. So Japanese player from Japan, 16-15 ranking. Speaking of the Kyogre Xerneas core, we have a Kyogre Xerneas core right here, and Kyogre Xerneas core right here is going to be really interesting because he has a Mawile on his team. He's going to have the Heavy Rain up, especially with the Mawile. I can't hit it for super effective damage with my fire type attacks. I can go for a Earth Power, but then yet again, if the Kyogre's on the field, I'm not really going to want to stay in with my Groudon unless it's like, you know, last ditch effort. Does have the Xerneas on his team. I don't even know whether or not he wants to bring the Xerneas to this battle. I mean, he could use the Fairy Aura to get off nice, powerful play roughs. I mean, it's not very accurate. He's got 2 Megas on his team, actually, with the Kangaskhan and the Mawile. It's a really interesting team. I like it. And he's got Priority Brave Bird with the Talonflame, which is always really supportive. Now, who could I potentially lead right here? I honestly don't think he's going to lead with Kyogre. I have a Kangaskhan on my team, so he's definitely going to bring the Mawile. He's probably going to bring Mawile, Kyogre, Cresselia, and probably Talonflame. Definitely see him bringing that, if not the Talonflame, the Xerneas. And then he's going to have Trick Room support, so probably Mawile, Cresselia in the front, with Kyogre in the back. So how do I want to counteract that, or do I even want to counteract that? I could end up bringing my Amoonguss, put some shit to sleep. So let's go ahead and try Amoonguss out in this battle. And then who else would I want to lead with in the front? I don't necessarily want to lead with my Kangaskhan, so I'm going to bring my Kangaskhan in the back, and I'm also going to bring my Groudon in the back. Now, I was kind of running out of time right there, and literally, like, when I pressed enter, I was like, I should really bring my Palkia. Because Palkia has 4 times resistance to water, and it really, really manhandles the Kyogre, so I really should have done that. And I was just fearing the Xerneas and the Mawile right there. He's not going to go for the lead I anticipated him to go for. Maybe he was playing that to his advantage and actually go for this lead, because this is a really bad lead on my part. And you would see so many common leads. You know, I have a Kangaskhan on my team, he has a Mawile team. The common lead for that team would typically be Mawile, and the Cresselia to set up the Trick Room, protect Mawile, get a support Intimidate down onto my Kangaskhan as well as any other physical attackers, and then have the Kyogre in the back in case I lead with my Groudon. But this is a very interesting lead. He has no support for the Fake Out onto the Xerneas. He does have Brave Bird, and I don't think Brave Bird's going to knock out my Amoonguss, so I don't know whether or not I would actually want to go for the Spore. Huh. I'm going to go for the Spore on the Xerneas. He's always going to pass. He's going to take a guaranteed turn of sleep, and then I actually could go for a Rock Slide. He's not going to knock me out with a Brave Bird. He's going to go probably for the Brave Bird into the Amoonguss. He could actually double target. That's one thing that I didn't really consider right there. No, he's going to target the Landorus. Let's see if he goes for a Dazzling Gleam or a Moonblast into the Landorus. Let's see. Yeah, he double targets the Landorus. And I do not hang on. I am Assault Vested, so that could have been a roll right there. But I am going to get a Spore off into the Xerneas, and I also had gotten an Intimidate down onto the Talonflame. Now, if that was a really good double target by him, I couldn't protect, so that really wasn't too good for me. He probably has the Mawile and the Kyogre in the back. He definitely has the Kyogre. I have a Groudon on my team, so he definitely has the Kyogre. Kind of got away scot-free with my Amoonguss right there. This Talonflame is okay, so Mawile's going to come in the Xerneas slot, and Talonflame's probably going to Brave Bird. Now Talonflame's probably going to go for a Tailwind. Yeah, anticipating like maybe a Protect onto my Amoonguss. So I'm gonna double Spore that slot. Honestly, in his position, he should bring Mawile into that slot, because even if I target it down with the double edge, he gets the Intimidate, and he's gonna resist it with his Mawile. He has to really bring in Mawile into that slot. I'm gonna double edge the Talonflame. Let's see how this works out. Let's see if he does switch out the Xerneas. This is kind of a ballsy play on my part, and he's not gonna switch out the Xerneas. So not a really good play on my part, but Xerneas will, fortunately enough, take a guaranteed turn of sleep right here, and the Talonflame is going to go for a Brave Bird, probably into the Amoonguss. Because if he goes, yep, okay, so if he went for that into the Amoonguss, he probably has Kyogre in the back, and he's probably fearing... I actually have Effect Spore Amoonguss, and it did shit right there. It did nothing. So I should have went for the double edge into the Xerneas. Unfortunately, you know, it's not going to be the case. I am going to get rid of the Talonflame right here. And honestly, I don't think a Moonblast / Dazzling Gleam would be able to take out my Amoonguss. Yeah. Alright, so Spore's not doing much. Even if I went for an attack right there, it wasn't really going to do much anyway. He's probably going to Dazzling Gleam. Potentially take me out with a roll on my Amoonguss, and you know, to bypass the Rage Powder. He could also go for priority wake up for a Protect right here. Didn't look like he went for a Protect the last turn. Obviously, he's got to take a guaranteed turn of sleep, so there's no point. He probably went for the Geomancy. All right, the Kyogre's gonna come in right here. Now, honestly, does he anticipate me to switch out my Amoonguss because I've regenerated to bring in my Groudon? Probably go for like an Ice Beam into that slot. He doesn't really lose much by not going for an Ice Beam in the Amoonguss slot. If I don't switch it out, it will take a lot of damage for an Ice Beam, potentially take it out, especially if he goes for a Dazzling Gleam. And then I'm really seeing a Water Spout right here, but I'm going to outspeed with my Kangaskhan, so I don't know what he wants to go for. Xerneas could also Protect right here. I'm anticipating the Xerneas to Protect. I really am anticipating the Xerneas to Protect. So what I'm going to do is switch it into my Lander, not my Landers, my Groudon right there. And then I'm going to go for a double edge into the Kyogre. If that doesn't work, he probably will Protect Kyogre, wake up, and go for a Geomancy onto the Xerneas. I'm really not threatened by the Xerneas. I do have the Groudon in the back. And if he goes for an Origin Pulse / Water Spout, which I don't think he's going to go for, he seems like a very good player. He's up there in the ranking 1600s. Japanese players are always good, so I mean, I don't want to kind of be like prejudiced. They're just fucking good. What can I say? So I'm gonna get the sun up right here. Obviously, there's no way of not allowing me to get up the sun. I'm gonna go off. If this is not a very bulky Kyogre, yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage. Getting a critical hit, potentially taking it out, and I take it out with another crit. Oh my god, that's huge. That is huge, but if the Xerneas wakes up right here and goes for a Geomancy, it's not looking too good. It is not. Oh, he's gonna stay asleep. That is unfortunate. He definitely went for the Geomancy. Definitely went for the Geomancy. The Mawile is probably gonna come in right here. No, it's gonna be the Cresselia. Okay. I could just go for an Eruption right here and double target the Cresselia, but that leaves him free to go for a Geomancy. Honestly, don't want him to go for that. He could also go for... I'm Jolly, and does he know that? Yeah, he knows that because my Kangaskhan attacked before his Xerneas. So the Xerneas could go for a Protect right here, and then he could... Doesn't want to set up Trick Room. If he has Helping Hand. Who do I want to Double Edge? I'm definitely going to Erupt right here. You know what? I'm going to go for the Double Edge on the Cresselia. Cresselia doesn't typically carry Protect. Match was forfeited. I don't really understand that one. That was a weird forfeit because... I mean, he could have counted on me screwing up because I could have, like, I guess, I don't know, went for the Erupt. He could have got a Geomancy off, and then he could have, I guess, I don't know. That wasn't looking too good. Excuse me, too good for him. I really thought he was going to bring the Mawile. It was really interesting as to why he didn't bring the Mawile right there. Did he even have a Mega on his team? Did he even bring a Kangaskhan or the Mawile? That was really interesting. I don't know why he didn't do that. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today's episode. I really don't have too much time to record these. It's really late at night right now, and I'm really still sick. I need to recover. So today's going to be, what, Thursday? So hopefully I'll come out with an episode on Friday. I'm probably going to record it directly after this video, just so I can have more content, because I'm not going to be able to record one today, which is Thursday, because I'm going to be at work all day. Don't know why my last opponent quit, but we're going to pick up 2 more wins in this episode. We're going to be 4-0, climbing the rankings, and I really like this team. It's really powerful. Catch you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have a team up by next week. I'm still trying to work on multiple teams at once, and I really shouldn't do that. I should focus on one team, but, you know, I get antsy, and I want to use different teams, you know, to see what I want to use. But anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.